we have an example where we have to apply Green's theorem to evaluate this line integral given by 2x square minus y square dx plus x square plus y square into dy, where this c is nothing but it is the boundary of the area enclosed by x-axis and upper half of the circle x square plus y square equal to a square. Okay, now first we'll draw the region. So what we have to take the region here? How is our C? It is nothing but boundary of the area enclosed by x-axis and this circle. So can you tell me what are the properties of this circle x square plus y square equal to? How can I draw it?
Radius is a.
Radius is A and where is the center of the circle? Where is the center?
0,0.
Origin, right? 0, 0. So with this as the center,
0,0.
yeah, just draw a circle. It should look like a circle. Okay. Now, what they have told, it is nothing but the area enclosed by x-axis. Means, what is the lower boundary for this? Which line?
X-axis.
X-axis. So, this is one of the boundary. And we have to take the upper half of the circle. So, the equation of this is x square plus y square equal to a square. So, whether I have to take the entire circle, only the part in the first quadrant, or what I have to take?
Ma'am, first and second quadrant.
Yeah, we have to take the part which is coming in first and second quadrant. Is that right? Yes. Only this part we need to take. Only this upper part. Now here, if you just take like this, x square plus y square equal to a square, we are aware we have to differentiate and then we have to simplify and all that. Again, one more thing we have to do. What is that? If we apply Green's theorem, it's converted to double integration where we should write the limits, isn't it?
Limits.
Yeah. So limits will be little difficult for us to write for x and y. So we'll take an exam. We will take the help of one concept which you all learned. Okay. Do you know to integrate to evaluate a double integral using change into polar coordinates? See, this is a circle. So if I change it to polar coordinates, what is the relation? No, you don't remember? Can I evaluate a double integral by changing into polar coordinates, yes or no? Have you not studied this part? Okay, 1 second. Let me not go to that now in the beginning. Let us see when the problem arises, I can tell you that why I am going for that concept. Is it okay? Yeah, just draw it. Even you can draw only the upper half. That much is also okay. Yeah. So just write by Green's theorem. Can you tell me the statement of Green's theorem? Integration over C m dx plus n dy can be written as double integration over A. Dou m by dou x or dou n by dou x?
Dou n by dou.
Dou n by
dou x.
Minus dou m by dou y dx dy. This is what we have. So just compare these two. What we have to take m as? Compare and tell me what is m. Let m is equal to
2x square
2x square minus y square and n is x square plus y square. If you want, you can differentiate it and then you can substitute your choice. Okay, let me take in that way. So you should not see that that is only the fixed thing. So you can just do some alterations. So here for m, we should differentiate with respect to y, isn't it? M with respect to y. What is the derivative with respect to y? Partial.
Minus 2y.
Minus 2y. N with respect to x.
2x.
2x. Okay. Yeah. Let us take all these changes and substitute in equation 1. In the beginning, I'll not take the variation because see why I'm not taking is just see if I want to take the variation, x is varying from what value to what value? If I want to take it directly here. This is my region. Yeah, you can say minus a to
0 to
plus.
a.
No, if you take 0 to a, you are taking only the 1/4 part, isn't it? It is a semicircle. Yeah, it is minus a to plus a.
Minus
Very
a.
good.
It is
When I want to take the variation for y, I should take parallel to that. Correct. What is the value of y here at the lower point?
0 to a.
0. 0 to. No, 0 to a, if you take
0 to root
a square minus x square. So when you substitute and simplify, no, it is really going to be difficult. That is one choice. I'm not saying it is not possible. It is little difficult. That difficulty can be avoided. Okay, even you can take like y varying from 0 to root of a square minus x square you can take. This is one choice. Else, we can apply a concept studied in double integration. Got it? Huh? Okay. Now, so let us take these all changes in equation 1. So this is integration over c. My m is 2x square minus y square into dx. My n is x square plus y square into dy is equal to double integration over a, dou n by dou x. By dou n by dou x is 2x minus dou m by dou y is minus 2y dx dy. Tell me what is common here. What is common? 2 can be taken out, no? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Answer, no? Minus into minus is plus. So just see this, you have to differentiate. Okay, you have to integrate first with respect to x and then y and see the limits. What we discussed for x, it is simple minus a to plus a. But for y, it is 0 to root of a square minus x square. So really it is going to be problematic. Why? Because if suppose if I do it, so first we have to do it with respect to y. So it becomes xy then y square by 2. Y square by 2 is okay because a square minus x square you will get. But what about xy? There it is x into root of a square minus x square. So that becomes little complicated. Okay. If you are happy with that, you can continue. But let me use a concept because that is this is one of the standard example. I need to follow in a standard way. Okay. Yes. So this we are going to convert it as polar coordinates. What are x and y called as? Which coordinates? Don't know? X and y are called as
Cartesian
coordinates. So Cartesian can be converted in terms of polar. We have a relation. Can anybody tell me what is the value of x then?
r cos theta,
Very good. R cos theta, y is equal to
r sin theta,
r sin theta. So when you do these changes, one more change we have to do. What is that? What is dx dy?
dr d theta,
dr
r dr d theta, r dr d theta.
Who is telling r dr d theta? Who is telling r dr d theta? You're 100% right, madam. Don't hesitate to tell your name. Okay. R dr d theta. Don't forget this. This is a main important thing. Now, as we are converting in terms of r and theta, okay, what we'll do is we'll go back to this region. We'll just see the limits for r. Okay. So if I want r is nothing but this distance, isn't it? So what is the value of r here at the origin? What is the value of r here?
0.
0, correct? Okay. So it is varying like this. R is varying from 0 till this circle. What is the value of R at this point on the circle? Here on the circumference. No? R is radius vector, right? If I just take here, somewhere. So this value lower limit lies on 0, origin at origin, and upper limit lies on the circle. What is the value of R?
A.
A. Correct? Isn't it radius? See, You know the relation x square plus y square is r square. If you convert it, r square is a square, means r is a. R varies from 0 to a. Can anybody tell me the variation for theta in semicircle?
0 to pi, madam.
Very good.
Pi.
0 to 180. Yeah, this is my r. This is my angle theta. Yeah. It varies from 0 to 180. Done. So all these changes just substitute here. Therefore, line integral over C 2x square minus y square dx plus x square plus y square dy is equal to 2 into integration. See, both are now constant limits. So is it okay if I write any order, or I have to write something inside and something outside? Is it fixed? It's not fixed. When you have both as constant, it's not fixed. You can take now variable limits. R is okay, constant limits in any way. Either you write first for R, then for theta, or theta and then R, no problem. Yes. Now I have to substitute here. What is my x? What is my x?
R cos theta.
R cos theta. Plus, what is my y?
Plus R sin theta.
What is dx, dy?
Into R dr d theta.
Yeah, it is r dr dt. Okay, one more thing, what you can do is you can separate the terms. Can you separate the terms containing r and theta in the integrand function? Is it possible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it
R
is
square.
possible. Why we can do it? No, because these are constant limits. If you can separate your r and theta functions, and if you have constant limits, you can separate and write it as product of two integrals. Okay, you might have used this concept. So I'll write r equal to 0 to a. What is my r? I'll get function of r. If I take r common, I'll get a r, and this r, as he said, it is r square. Am I right?
Square. R square.
Yeah, this is r
Yes, ma'am.
square into theta is 0 to pi. Tell me the terms containing theta.
Cos theta plus sin theta.
Cos theta plus sin theta d theta. Very good. Now easily we can integrate it. Okay. Yes. This is 2. What is the integration of r square?
R cube by 3.
R cube by 3. What are the limits? 0 to a.
0 to a.
Yeah. What is the integration of cos theta?
Sin theta.
Sin theta. What is the integration of sin theta?
Minus cos theta.
Minus cos
Minus
theta.
cos.
What are the limits?
0 to pi.
0 to pi. Can you tell me in this bracket, is there anything going to be 0 for both upper and lower limit? Okay, let it be. Yeah, fine. So what you can do, no, you are sure both upper and lower, some term is going to be 0. I have the habit of writing like this. I don't know whether you apply it or no. It's not cancelled. It goes to 0 for upper and lower. Let it be. If not, I am even ready to write the steps. So this 3 comes out. If I put the upper limit, it is a cube minus 0 cube is 0. If I put for sine theta as pi and 0, I'll get it as 0 minus 0. Correct? Minus cos pi.
Minus 1.
Minus 1 minus cos 0.
1.
1. Be very careful. If you just miss one of the minus, instead of getting a non-zero quantity, you'll get it as 0 quantity. Am I right? Yes. This is 2a cube by 3. Can anybody tell me what is the value of this? This is minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 into minus.
Into 2, madam.
Into 2. So altogether answer is 2 2s are 4. A cube by 3. This is the value of the line integral. Okay. If you just do it again by keeping it in terms of Cartesian coordinates x and y, there also you would get the same answer. If you are really interested, you can go according to that and try to get the same answer. Okay. Yes. We have one typical example here where we have to calculate some area using Green's theorem. That I'll take up now. How we are feeling Green's theorem to be? Very harabara, green. Huh? Good. Is it good? Say either yes or no, not following. If you don't say anything, what I'll understand? Using Green's theorem, find the area of the region. Find the area of the region. Usually they'll ask us to evaluate a line integral only. Sometimes a change like this. Region enclosed between the parabolas. What are the two standard parabolas where we take the area? Y square is equal to 4ax and
X square equal to 4ay.
very good. This is repeatedly we use it. Good, it has come in one of the concept of line integral also. Okay. So you might have evaluated, you might have find the area between the two parabolas, okay, by using double integration. You might have used the different concepts. Even by using Green's theorem also, we can evaluate. What the thing? It's, you can say, a application. You can do it the same thing in different ways. Okay. Yeah. Let us draw the region. Yeah. Tell me y square equal to 4ax. Where it opens? Four words are
The
there.
x-axis.
Above, below, right, left. Right side.
Right.
Yeah, it opens right side of x-axis. This is y square is equal to 4ax. Now x square equal to 4ay. Above x-axis. Yes, we have like this. X square is 4ay. Tell me the which is the common area now?
Intersection in first
Yeah.
quadrant.
Yeah, this part is common area, you can see. Okay. Now, do you remember here, these are the two parabolas intersect at 2 points. One is at the origin. This is very much clear.
4a,
Yeah, very good. 4a, 4a.
4.
If you write it directly also, no problem. If you are not sure about it, how can I find the point of intersection? If I don't know, suppose 4a, 4a. How can I get it? What we need to do? Have you got 4a, 4a? No? Okay, if you remember it, it is well and good. No problem. This is one of the standard problem. Suppose you should know how you are getting it. Whenever you want the point of intersection, you have to see which curves are intersecting. So isn't it these two parabolas are intersecting? Solve these two, then you will get the points. Here actually you'll get 2 points. That's why here it is there. It is intersecting at 2 points. Theoretically 2 points, geometrically also 2 points are the points of intersection. Okay, right. Now what we want the area, isn't it? We have to calculate the area using a line integral. So for there is one formula for this. There is one formula. This you can take for granted. Area of, okay, this area can be calculated by one standard formula, 1/2 integration over C x dy minus y dx. This can be remembered as one of the standard point. There is one derivation for this is there, which is not for your syllabus. Usually they'll ask us to evaluate. I just wanted to show that even you can calculate an area bounded between two curves. Okay. Yes. Now, my curve here is nothing but the common area which is there for both the curves. Okay. Now, do you have only one type of path or two type of path or more than two types? Means, is it like along only same curve or different curves? See, my curve C is this part. This part, I should not have to take the other part. This green part, what I have taken, no, I should take that. So whether tell me this whole curve includes only one path, two paths, three paths, or four paths? How many different types of curves are involved in that? Try to attempt. If you are wrong, also I'm there.
2, ma'am.
Only two. One part you
Two
can say this, right? And another part is this. So I can say this is my C1 and this is my C2. So if I take C1 plus C2, isn't it? I'll get a closed curve C. Okay, so I can write my C in this format. Okay, so just write down. Area is given by 1 by 2 integration over C x dy minus y dx. Now my C is made up of two parts. So I'll write this C as C1 plus C2. Okay, so integration of C1 plus C2 can be written like this. Integration over C1 plus integration over C2. Agree with this? Okay, suppose the function is defined like from 0 to 2 is there. 0 to 2, I want to integrate. Can I write it as 0 to 1 plus 1 to 2? Is it entirely 0 to 2 only? Correct, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So using the same thing, my C is made up of two parts. So I'll write my C as C1 plus C2. Tell me inside this integration, the integrand function, what I have to write? Is it same or different? Is it same or different?
Same.
Is it same? It's same. Okay, it's not different. It is x dy minus y dx. Now, what we'll do, we'll just take our C1, we'll just take our C2 and we'll try to simplify it. Because we are not converting this in terms of double integration. Okay, we are just evaluating, keeping it as only one integral. Now, yesterday while dealing with Green's theorem, I told that if it is single integration and number of variables are more than one, it is difficult. Am I right? How many variables you can find in this integrand function? How many variables are there? There are two, correct? X and y. And we have a single integration. So what we are going to do is we are going to convert this in terms of single variable. Means either x or either y. Got it? Okay. So for that, we have to see what is our C1 and all that. Okay, so I'll call this as some equation 1. See, what is C1? Where is C1 lying? Just see here. This C1 is about what? It is a part of which parabola?
X square equal to 4ay.
4ay.
Square equal
So
to
for
4.
C1, x square is equal to 4ay. So let us convert this. Okay. Okay, just 1 second. Let us convert everything in terms of x only here. Okay, so x square is equal to 4ay means what is y?
X
X
square y.
square
X
4a.
square upon 4a. Correct. See, so this y I can write in terms of x. Is there anything else which is in terms of y in this C1, this integrand function? Can you see a dy here?
dy, ma'am.
So from this y, you just find what is dy. So if I differentiate, what is derivative of x square? 2x upon 4a. Correct? So 2 ones are 2 twos. What will get? X upon 2a. So what I'm doing in C1, I'm converting everything in terms of x. You can do everything in terms of x or everything in terms of y. Okay. Now, as everything is converted in terms of x, in C1, tell me what is the value of x here? Because this is the lower part. What is the value of x here? Origin. No, don't have answer.
0, ma'am.
0. Yeah, see, C1 is like this. Okay, here the value of x is 0. What is the value of x at this point? Upper side.
4.
4. So x varies from 0 to 4a. Let us take now C2. Okay, let us take for C2. And here what we'll do, we'll try to write everything in terms of y. For C2, what is the equation? Where is C2? C2 is on which parabola?
Y square equal to 4x.
Yes, it is y square is equal to 4ax. So what is the value of x from here? Because we are converting everything in terms of now what? Y square
Y square
upon
by 4.
So what is my dx?
2y by 4a.
2y by
Yeah.
4a.
2y by 4a, which will be y by 2a.
Y by 2a.
Again, yeah. So everything is converted in terms of y means tell me the limits. Y varies from. What is the value of y? See, C2 means I have to take from here till here. The direction is important. What is the value of y here?
0.
Here, C2
Zero.
starts here. 0. Huh? Here, upper side. C2 is from here till here. What is the value of y here at this point?
4a to 0.
4a to 0. It is not increasing, it is decreasing. See, altogether we should get a closed curve. Closed curve means if you start from, suppose if you start from this this origin, you should again come back and you have to stop at that point. So C1 is like this and C2 is like this. So here the value of y is 4a and here it is at 0. Okay. Yeah, let us take all these changes. See what will get the equation 1. Area is nothing but half integration over C1, correct? And for C1, these are the changes. X varying from 0 to 4a. X, no problem. What I have to write dy as? See, everything should be converted to x. What is my dy?
X
By 2a.
Minus, what is my y? X square
Y
by 4a. And I have to write my dx as it is. Am I correct? Plus. So for C2, let us take all these changes. Y is varying from 4a to 0. Yeah. What will you get now? Substitute the value. What is x?
Y square by 4a
X okay, y square by 4a. Dy, no need.
into d
Keep it. Huh?
minus
Minus. Y as it is. What is my dx?
y by 2a.
Y by 2a. dy. Okay, 1 second. I forgot one thing. Yeah. Here's just see the mistake. You are differentiating, correct? You are not doing with respect to anything. Come back to this. So dy is equal to 2x dx, no? Isn't it? It is x dx. Am I right? This relation, I'm differentiating, not with respect to anything. So y becomes dy, x square becomes 2x dx. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, similarly, here what I have to write? I should write a dy, no? Yeah, where I missed it.
Yes,
Yeah, here I think where I missed. X as it is dy. Dy is x dx. Yeah, here I missed and I think I missed here. That's what I was thinking. This is without a variable is of meaningless. Did you get the change? Yeah, I did by mistake. You people don't repeat the mistake. Let us start with the integration. So this is half. Now, what can we take out here? Just you can observe. From the first integral, what can be taken out?
4 by 2a.
Huh? How can you take x square by 2a
1 by
outside?
1 by 4a.
1 by 2a. Yeah. Sorry. So 1 by 2a from here, 1 by 2a all together. Correct? Okay. Now remaining thing you integrate. What is the integration of remaining x square? X square with respect to x is how much? Okay, I think so. I think so. 1 second, 1 second. You will get both the terms as x square only. Correct? So my x square is going to be common. Let me write one more step and then I'll integrate. This is x varying from 0 to 4a. If I take 1 by 2a common, what remains is, and if I take a x square out, what remains here? 1 minus 1 by 2 is how much? Are you getting the part? I'm keeping this x square out. I have kept this 2a out. So remaining here is 1. See, this is dx is also out. Remaining is 1 minus 1 by 2 remains here. What is 1 minus 1 by 2?
1
1 by 2.
1 by 2. So shall I write x square by 2? Huh? See, I
Yes, ma'am.
explained it. Okay. Similarly, this is now again 1 by 2a is out. So what will get here? Same. 1 by 2 minus 1 is how much? Because I'm keeping my y square dy out. Half
minus 1 by
1 minus 1 by 2. So what I will do, this is minus 1 by 2 is there, where y varying from 4a to 0. Okay. Just we'll do one simplification. See, this is negative value. So if I want to write it as positive, is it okay if I change the limits?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this divided by 2, I will take it outside. So this is 2 2s are 4a into one more 2 I'll take. Huh? I'll write one step. So this is integration of x square to 4a x square dx. Now I'll write it as plus only. So if I'm writing plus, help me in writing this. Y varying from
0 to 4a.
0 to 4a. Clear now? Yes. Now integrate and substitute. See what is the answer. What is the integration? X cube by 3 plus y cube by 3, 0 to 4a. Evaluate it. If this 3 comes out, it is 8 3s are 24a. Substitute the limit. 4a cube. 4 cube a cube minus 0 plus 4 cube a cube minus 0. So you can say 2 times 4 cube. 4 cube is how much?
60.
64, right? So 2 times 64 a cube divided by 24a. What is the answer? What is the answer?
16 by 3.
16a by 3. 16a square by
16 a square by 3. Am I correct?
16.
Yes, ma'am.
See,
Yes,
this is 8 3s. Yes. Anybody remembers what you have got the area between the two parabolas in the first semester? Hopefully you don't remember. You can just check your answer. Like you can verify whatever you have got for those two standard parabolas. Here also the answer is going to match. Okay. So this is how we have to evaluate